All right, guys, we're back again. Free NBA Daily Bets, the podcast, and the YouTube show. Let's not waste any time. First game up, we got the Toronto Raptors at the Philadelphia 76ers. And I like this game the most out of the four games today. Pretty sure I'm going to be in play on this game. Line is at -8.5. There is a 9 out there. I think it's going to creep, guys. I think it's going to close around -10. And the reason being is because Philadelphia is on that 3-game losing streak right now. And they've played pretty well in spurts. Last game at Milwaukee, they played somewhat well. And then it was just a back and forth game, back and forth, man. 135, 127, very high scoring. Now they play at Brooklyn tomorrow. They're not looking ahead to Brooklyn. They need to focus on this game. They're at home. They're going to have the Philadelphia crowd behind them. Philadelphia crowd's probably going to be really excited because the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. They're passionate about their sports. It'll probably be a really, really good atmosphere. So I do expect Philadelphia to win by 10. I do like that. I don't know if I'm going to get there with it. -8.5. I like it, guys. I do like it. And the reason, but the way I'm kind of, and first off, injury report. So Embiid is questionable. I hope Embiid plays because I want a bigger lineup in there. Eric Gordon is questionable with the right wrist ailment. And then Kyle Lowry's out. So backup guard play, I don't know. We'll see about Gordon. They got Quentin Grimes. Yabusele's good. Andre Drummond's good to go. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what lineup they throw out there because Toronto likes to play defense. Their current roster is constructed around needing to play good defense. Right now they have no RJ Barrett. They have no Jakob Poeltl. They have no Brandon Ingram. Who else are they missing? I mean, they traded Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk away. So they're literally have no three-point shooting except for Emmanuel Quickley and Grady Dick. But Grady hasn't been shooting it that well this year. I think it's like 35%, which is okay. But, I mean, you know, basically what I'm saying is they don't have a good three-point shooter. Scotty Barnes doesn't shoot the three-point ball well at all. They don't have any bench scoring. So I love the Toronto Raptors team total under. It's probably like 108.5 is probably what it's at right now. The total initially got bet up, and now there's a lot of under money coming in right now currently. It was at 227. Now it's down to 226. So I like that. I support that move. I do lean under. And another thing that points to that under is when the 76ers win, they play good defense or they hold their opposition to not a lot of points. Dallas, they gave up 116, but Dallas is a much more skilled offensive team than Toronto is. Sacramento, they held to 104. The Lakers, they held to 104. I know that was a back-to-back. It's kind of a bad spot for the Lakers. They held Chicago to 97 points. Cleveland, we're not going to count Cleveland, guys. Cleveland is in a league of their own. They're scoring 130 at will. Washington, at home, they held them to 103. Let's see. They held the Spurs to 106 at home. Hornets to 98 at home. And these are all wins, guys. So they held the Magic to 94 at home. Let's see another win. Yeah, if they're at home and they're winning, they're holding opponents right around 100 points, guys. So I really don't see how Toronto gets to 110 in this game. I'd be pretty damn surprised. And the other thing that's supporting this too is if you just look at the past like 10 games for the Raptors, these are their point totals. They scored 87 last game, 109, 107, 115, 115, 106, 106. Those are some of those are wins too, guys. Like I mean, this team is getting to 115 barely. Um, I mean, the only thing of concern, and both teams play on back to back. So Toronto plays Wednesday at home against Cleveland, and then Philadelphia at Brooklyn. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to be like wanting to just run up and down the court nonstop. Now, Philadelphia, I do expect them to come out early and often. For some reason, I just haven't been able to figure out the first quarter, first half bets this year. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm going to look into it probably a little more in the off season, but man, I don't see why Philly doesn't win by 10 in the first half. I mean, they should be pissed off. They really should. I don't think they take them lightly. They'll have a really good crowd energy. I think it's Philly first quarter, first half full game, guys. I really do. I think team total over is a good, it should hit. I would think it should hit, but I don't know. They're going to have to get to 118. They could. But Toronto, like I said, they're going to want to play defense, guys. They are. So I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. I think Toronto team total under is a great look. Philly on the spread, I can't talk you off that either, guys. All right, next game up. Let's see. We got the New York Knicks at the Indiana Pacers. Really, some really good games here today, guys. These last three games on the slate are really good games. They should be. So Josh Hart's probable. OG Anunoby is actually questionable. I don't think he's going to play. That's just my personal opinion. We'll see, though. Let's see. The bench, no one's hurt there. Still got Campaign, Miles McBride, Precious Achua. But Tibbs, he plays their guys heavy minutes. Now, they just played at, what's it called? At home against Boston and got blown out. Anytime a team gets blown out, I'm looking to back them the next game for sure. No doubt about it. The only problem is that Indiana got blown out, relatively blown out. They were down by like 30, I think, guys, or like 25. They were down by 25 to the Lakers. Somehow they came back and only lost by 7. But they were down like 15, 20 points, I think, in the fourth quarter too. I'm pretty positive if I remember correctly. Oh, that was Saturday. Yes, Saturday. So this is the first game back after a West Coast road trip, 4-game road trip. Usually not a great spot, but they've had 2 days off and a loss. They do play Wednesday at the Wizards, but who cares? They're not looking ahead to the Wizards, guys. And then New York plays at home against Atlanta. And Trae Young, last time they played each other, well, it was actually Monday, January 20th. But still, they're not. They want Indiana. They're going to be focused, guys. The Knicks are going to be focused. Miles Turner's questionable with a neck injury. Everybody else is good to go for Indiana. Indiana's been great off a loss. They haven't lost back-to-back games since December 27th. The Knicks have been great off a loss. They haven't lost back-to-back games since Saturday, January 4th. So both teams, I don't know, guys. The line is -1 to New York, which I don't agree with. And I don't know. I'm seriously considering Indiana here, guys. And the biggest reason is that the Knicks on the road this year, or of late, excuse me, I don't know. They don't make me feel comfortable. So, like, they barely beat the Raptors. There was the second night of a back-to-back. They barely beat Brooklyn. That was also a second night of a back-to-back. They went to overtime to beat Philadelphia. I think that was Embiid's, like, first game back. They lost at Chicago. That was the second night of a back-to-back. So a lot of travel with these second night back-to-backs. They lost to Oklahoma City. Okay, we'll give them a pass there. They beat 3 easy teams, 4 easy teams. Okay, they barely beat Toronto Monday, December 9th. And before that, they lost at Dallas, lost at Utah. But those were both off of big wins. So And they already lost at Indiana once this year. They're 1-1 in the series. This is the third game. It's a big game, guys. But just point blank period. In my opinion, there's no way Indiana should be an underdog at home against the Knicks. I'm honestly pretty surprised by this. The Pacers should be favored. They just lost the last game too. I don't care that the Knicks lost the last game by 25 points or whatever it was. Like, the Pacers are pretty damn healthy. And yeah, I mean, they should be favored in this game, guys. I think more times than not, like, let's see what the money line is. The money line is 102. You get minus 102 on the Pacers. I'm sorry, you're getting a minus 102 bet on the Pacers just to win this game. I think they win this game more times than not, honestly. Totals at 239.5. I like it under. I don't love it. But I don't like taking Pacers games under, but both these teams have really nice winning records. There's going to be some intensity coming off losses. I don't think it's just going to be some run and gun game. It very well could be, but I think in the fourth quarter, they slow it down and it sneaks under. But I'm not going to bet it, guys. That's the only way I would lean. Okay, next game up. We got the Detroit Pistons at the Chicago Bulls. And this game, guys, I'm telling you this right now. Chicago is a dangerous team to fade, especially at home, but just kind of in general. Their team can score, guys. And so Lonzo Ball's out, and they traded Zach LaVine. Ayo Dosunmu is probable, I think. So, I mean, if Lonzo Ball and Dosunmu are out, I don't love it, but they got Kevin Huerter who can shoot. Matas Buzelis, the rookie's playing really well. Trey Jones, Patrick Williams, Jalen Smith off the bench. They can provide some good scoring at times. Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Vucevic. They're going to score, guys. They're going to score. And so they could easily keep it close against Detroit. They are off 2 losses here. They haven't had 3 losses in a row since January 15th. Usually rebound. I mean, that's kind of what they've been doing all year too. They've only had 3 stretches where they've lost 3 in a row. So like they usually, nip it and get back to their winning ways, or not winning ways, but they usually stop the streaks, get a win. They play Detroit again tomorrow on Wednesday. So it's kind of an interesting spot right there. They lost by 21 to the Warriors after they were up like 30. Just crazy in the third quarter. I think the Warriors went on like a 79-28 run, something like crazy like that. They were beating Minnesota at halftime, I believe, at Minnesota on February 5th. And then they ended up losing that game by 19 points. They already lost at Detroit February 2nd recently by 8 points. But they kind of were in that game a little bit here and there. I don't know. And that was at Detroit. So now this is at Chicago. The line's -5. I don't know, guys. I don't love that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Pistons win this game, but it's kind of like the almost too easy game of the day. And whenever that's the case, it makes me a little weird. It makes me feel like, I don't know. Now, Detroit, they're fully healthy. Cade Cunningham is off the injury report. They're good to go, guys. They're good to go. It's just a matter of, is Detroit going to come out and take care of business? Because they haven't won. Sorry, guys, just a second. They haven't won 3 games in a row since January 4th. And, I mean, they've had some good chances at winning 3 in a row. But this isn't a team that handles success very well. I mean, they're playing with their food against the Hornets, kind of. Um, Philly, they took care of them, and that was without Cade Cunningham. That was a very very solid win. But now they're on the road, guys. I don't know. I kind of feel a little weird about it. I think the Pistons should take care of business, but I don't know, guys. The over under is 238 and a half. I can't bet Bulls games under the total, guy. I can only look over 238. I cannot do it, guys. Bulls games, their defense, their pace, not a freaking shot. All right, last game up, guys. We got the Memphis Grizzlies at the Phoenix Suns. The Grizzlies are 100% healthy, pretty much. All the guys that matter, all the first and second stringer guys are healthy. They're coming off a loss to the Thunder in which they looked really bad. Ja Morant's dad got ejected from the stands. They've had 2 days off since then. They play at LA tomorrow against the Clippers, guys, and they just lost the Clippers recently too. So 2 games for the All-Star break at Phoenix. I don't know, guys. They've been a pretty damn good team, man, on the road of late. So it's tough. They're coming off a loss. They already beat Phoenix once at Phoenix this year, 117-112. For Phoenix, all the starters are healthy. Bradley Beal is going to be out most likely. And then Grayson Allen is probable. He missed the last game, so he should play this game. You know, Royce O'Neal's still good there. Man, guys, the line's too high in my opinion. Plus 4.5 to the Suns at home. Kevin Durant's playing. Devin Booker's playing. I know the Grizzlies are a really damn good team. I know Phoenix is kind of but I can only look Phoenix plus 4.5, guys. Only look that way. That's the only way I can look. I think this is Durant's first game back too, right? Or did Durant play against Utah? No, he didn't play against Utah. He played against Portland. That's who he played against, and he hurt his ankle. That's right. Okay, so he's missed the last 3 games, but he's going to play. Man, I think plus 4.5 is too much, guys. I do. I think it is. The over-under's at 244, and I do think that's a little too high. Phoenix does not score 120 points very often, guys. They just don't. I don't know what it is, but I like under 244, guys. I do. Even with the Grizzlies' pace and everything, I think Phoenix plays well, and if they play well, they're not going to let the Grizzlies go crazy. And so I like under 244. I lean that way for sure. So, yeah, guys, that's what I'm on today, guys. That's what I'm thinking about. I like the Suns plus 4.5, under 244. I like the Pistons minus 5, lean over 238. I like the Pacers at home. I might get there with them on the money line. And I like under 239.5. And then 76ers, I like minus 9. I lean under 226, but I definitely like the Raptors team total under like 109 or 108.5, whatever that's going to be. Gonna like that a lot, guys. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Appreciate y'all listening. I will see you on the next show.